tabletop decorations in the background will be this amazing Citizen Field Watch, link below. It's super cool. It comes in a variety of flavors. Just sitting in the background. Out of genre mini review. By the way, solar powered. Yep. And can you also believe this? We're going to talk about a multi-tool right now. What? Dude, you haven't reviewed a multi-tool in about a decade, Nutnfancy. Well, it hasn't been a decade, but I will give you, it has been a while. And like I've said before, there's a reason for it. Can you remember what the reason is? That's right. The ones that are out there are so excellent. The Wave, the Charge, the Swiss tools. I've been super happy with them. And so I haven't really been inspired to review multi-tools because I haven't seen anything that really floated my boat until this year. There have been some great designs, and this is one of them. The SOG Switchplier 2.0. This is the box. This is the back, and we're going to talk about it. I would classify this one as an MDMT. That is a medium-duty multi-tool. And I like what I see. I really do. Here it is in real life. Get excited. Lower this down. Bring that watch in. Bring that in there. It is a good-looking multi-tool, don't you think? I like it, dudes. Weight is 6.4 ounces, so that's going to be lighter than what I would consider to be on the upper scale of MDMT, and that would be the Wave. Maybe the Wingman. Those, if I remember right, are around 8 ounces or so. 8.8. This is more along the lines of not quite the Juice. The Juice is lighter than this. It's kind of in between. Now the cool feature of the Switchplier, and guys who own it already know this, is the very rapidly deploying pliers. This is enough reason to buy this, and not for what you think. In other words, you're like, well, I really need my pliers, man. I don't have to waste time. Awesome. I can get them out readily. All that's true. I'm not saying that's not true, but what I'm talking about is just playing with it. And that's why we have a lot of the stuff we have. We're not really using it, but we just like playing with it. Like when I reviewed those Lightning OTF knives, I raved about how fun they were, and that you're going to run around the house just like annoying everybody with your OTF knife. Old Air Force T-38 patch on the background there. That's why, man. It's just fun, man. It's just really fun to deploy it. Seems to be pretty reliable, too. How about these pliers? How are they? Well, they're pretty good. Make sure they're all the way out deployed. You saw that they'll fold weird on you if you don't have them all the way deployed. But they close precisely. Look at that. This is something we always look at. I don't like it when there's a gap on these multi-tools because it never fails. When I need my pliers, I need precision. So I'm working with a very thin, fine material. And if they don't do that, then I'm just, I don't know, dropping my media. Serrated jaws here, wire cutters on the interior. I have heard complaints that you can bend these. So again, medium duty. I don't know if you'd go out and cut nails with your SOG Switchplier. That's probably not a super smart thing to do. When we have a design feature like these pliers that comes out quickly and that's super fun, it usually means the tool designer is going to make some compromises. And that's what we have in the Switchplier. It is somewhat of a compromise in some ways. We may not have all the tools that we would want, and they may not be as readily accessible as we'd want. Now, is a Switchplier all about the pliers? My honest answer is pretty close. It's pretty close to that because we have a rounded presentation on the handle. So in use, the plier is actually pretty comfortable. So you can put down some leverage. Remember its limitations. That's all good. But then if we want to access a pretty limited tool selection, I mean, we're seeing it back here. We got a bottle opener, medium screwdriver, can opener, small. We'll look at that, all that. Really nice all, by the way. Small Phillips, blah, 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 that. Well, just be advised, getting to them is going to be a little bit of a chore. Let's say we need the file first. So we're going to deploy the file, which by the way is actually pretty good. I wish it was, you know, extended all the way out to the tip of the file. I think the thinking here is that you have kind of a large screwdriver blade. On this a 3-sided file, so there is filing material here. But you could use that as a mini, I don't know, crowbar. Be careful, you'll bend the heck out of it if you're not. And then what locks the tools in place is this rocker bar lock set. Okay, but we're not done yet. This is what I'm talking about. You're going to have to go through extra steps. Could you use it like this? Yeah, and I bet you a lot of guys who own the Switchplier do. But I think what you're supposed to do is stow the pliers and do this. Not a huge deal. I think it's relatively quick to do that. You saw how quick that was. But now it's locked in position. These will open up, but the tool's not going anywhere. Just an extra step, that's all I'm saying. And then to stow it, we're going to have to pop the Switchplier out, open up the handle set, find the individual locker bar, and then fold that tool. And let's say we want the can opener now. This is, to me, kind of a disadvantage of this, and I told you about the compromises, to get in here and get these out. So you can see you have a sympathetic tool deployment when you pull it out. So all of them want to come out at a time. And there are other MDMTs and HDMTs that I've reviewed that don't have that. This one does. And then you'll do the same thing. You'll lock it. And there's a good opportunity to look at the different tool set. Can opener, small screwdriver. There's that really awesome awl. I think that is probably my second favorite feature on the SOG Switchplier. It is chisel ground, but that is a nice awl. You can drill with it, punch leather, punch metal with it. Well done. The steel they use is 420 in this. That's pretty standard for the tools these days, and unless you buy an upgraded one like a Charge AL from Leatherman, and they're running 154 cm on their blades last time I checked for the upper end ones. And then you have a one size Phillips. Did they size it properly? Yeah, that's a pretty good one. I would maybe like it just a little bit bigger, but it's good enough. And it's nice to have a Phillips. I think they make a Switchplier that has a 1/4-inch socket adapter instead of this. So you'd have to bring your sockets with you. That's kind of a disadvantage. There you go. And then let's say we want to bring the knife out. We'll stow the other tools. You can kind of see the process. I wouldn't call it inelegant. I would just call it as expected. You can see there's a bunch of sympathetic stuff going on, so I'm just kind of have to sort through it. There's your normal cap lifter and screwdriver. Pretty standard here. There's your lanyard ring holder. And then we'll go through the same thing. You'll hear it snick into position. Deploy, I shouldn't say deploy, but stow the plier head. And now we have our knife. I don't like this, the chisel grinding. I've always said that. I hate chisel ground blades. They are dumb. Super dumb. I think SOG does sell a replacement blade for this, and you can open it up and change it out. And they have a plain edge one. I think it also is chisel ground. Would I go to the effort of grinding this normal? No, because it's very thin, and if I did that, then I'm going to make this even thinner and weaker. It is a hollow ground blade. This one is partially serrated. Again, 420 stainless steel. Exterior rule set, both in millimeters and inches. Millimeters there, inches on that side. Decent enough. Oops, I forgot to press that deployment. Just an extra step. Then we fold. Probably still, and it's amazing nothing has changed. My overall favorite tool is the Wave and Charge series. It is going to be a heavier tool, but it comes with things, of course, this one doesn't. Do you know where I'm going with this? Guys who have watched my multi-tool reviews in the years past. Do you know where I'm going? That's right, there's no scissors. What? Yeah, I like scissors in my multi-tools. Hey man, you can't expect scissors in a 6.6 ounce. I'm sorry, this, yeah, 6.4 ounces of multi-tool, dude. Well, actually you can. You totally can, because I'm going to show you the discontinued Leatherman Blast reviewed once upon a year. I can't believe they discontinued this, because this is an awesome tool. So let's compare the closed positions between these two. They're going to be pretty similar. The weights are nearly identical. Check that out. And actually, the Leatherman Blast is more compact. Now, the Blast doesn't have the super snazzy trick feature of this. I'm not saying that. It's going to be a standard deploying Leatherman plier head, but I've never had a problem with it. It comes out quick enough, right? And it's not going to have the super snazzy exterior deploying blade like the Charge or Wave series, right? So you have to still open it up and get your nail in there and to pick your tool set, but it has more tools. That's my point. So there is a mini tiny jeweler screwdriver in this particular version. There is a plain edge non-chisel ground blade, also hollow ground. It makes me sad they discontinue this, and I think it's gone. It's a collectible tool now. Slender screwdriver, freaking saw. By the way, none of this should be interpreted as criticizing the SOG, but I'm proving a point that you can, with the same weight and form factor, I'm talking about the exterior, fit a lot more in it. I mean, if you go with a rapid deploying plier head, like I said, there's compromises. There's a can opener there, the old style, which still works, not my favorite. And then here it comes, dude, right here. Not easily deployed, but they're in there, and they're tiny, but man, are they sharp and they work, and I talked about that. The skizzers. And there's a whole bunch of Leathermans that have it. This, again, was a Leatherman Blast in tactical black. And actually, I think it's even a little bit lighter. I'm not going to weigh it, but that's the Blast. Just by way of representation. But it doesn't have that super cool deploying plier head on it. Some guys will buy that. I'm talking the Switchplier 2.0 for that alone. Overall, though, I really like the SOG Switchplier. I think it's an innovative tool. It sure looks cool. It looks very technical. And I'm making sure I covered everything on here. I think I did. It's kind of limited in its tool sets. Yeah, I covered all that. I like how they got the weight right, by the way. It's 6.4 on my scale, and they're saying 6.3. Oftentimes I see them being way off. Way off. I forgot to mention the pocket clip. That's what this does not have. And so for this particular Leatherman, once upon a year, you'd have to buy this additionally. This really cool heavy-duty military mil-spec carry case. I think it came with like a leather or something, but I like those ones. They're MOLLE capable. Cool multi-tool. Link below. I think it's worth the price, and congratulations to SOG. And there's some other ones they've made that I might review as well. Nutnfancy. See you later.